Here's a little 10-minute look into what goes into the making of a Brookwood leather strap. If you want a good strap, you gotta start with a good hide. I get premium grade hides from Wickett and Craig tanneries, who consistently provide me with the best leather I can find. I get 8 to 10 ounce grade hide, which is a rather substantial leather, but you'll see later on that I work it to make it a little more supple and pliable. But you need a heavy piece of leather to do the job of dispersing the weight on your shoulder. That way your strap will be comfortable even if you're playing a 8-pound Les Paul. You can play for days. Leather will have some brand marks, some insect marks, and scars from barbed wire, but that's like the beauty of the grain in a piece of wood. Most of my strap designs are a 2.5-inch width. Here you'll see me cutting a couple of straps I'm making for Mike Goff out in Ohio. He wanted a 3-inch wide strip, so no problem. He got his first Brookwood strap a couple of weeks ago, and I guess Mike liked it so much he's got 2 more on order. He's got a nice guitar collection. He's got a couple of Grosh guitars that are getting some straps and a PRS. Here I'm cutting out the basic shape for the strap. I start by punching the end in a nice taper and then cut the sides, so you get a nice aesthetically pleasing design to the strap. Symmetry is important, so I try and be as careful as I can. Make sure everything is to scale, it's nice and even, and it's carefully done for you. Part of good leather work is having good sharp tools. You get a nice sharp knife and you're able to get a good smooth cut, clean edges. And those edges later on, they'll be beveled as you'll see here. Later on they'll be smoothed out on a wooden arbor and then polished by hand. The beveling process you see here is done to all sides, top and bottom, and it rounds out the edges, gives you a little rounded shoulder to the edges of your strap. Makes for a nice finished look. Here you'll see me using Fibing's oil-based dye to apply the color to Mike's strap. He sent me a photograph of his guitar and described the color that he wants. And once I get the picture of his guitar, I've got a much better idea of the strap that he wants. In these frames, I'm using an edger tool to burnish a detail line around the edges of the strap. It's just for visual appeal and also just to ensure a nice finished look to the strap. It will be applied to the main body of the strap as well as those 2 smaller straps you'll see there on my workbench, and they'll later be used for the adjustment strap and to mount the buckle. Some straps will look the best with a contrasting edge color applied. That's what you'll see me do here. Now I'm going to take Mike's strap over to the drill press here where I have a little wooden spool mounted, and I use that to smooth down all the rough edges of those leather fibers and start to get my real finished edge. Once the edges are smoothed out on the drill press, then I'll do a little hand burnishing and final polishing of the edge. Next comes the application of a color sealant. That's applied to the dyed leather, and once it's good and dry, here are Mike's straps and a few more. Order your strap from Brookwood Leather.